Welcome to Sea of Thieves Academy Episode 2. So real quick, if you haven't seen Sea of Thieves Academy before, what is it? So in a Sea of Thieves Academy, I take plays from either yourselves or other Twitch streamers and YouTubers, and I like to break down what they're doing, break down their plays, see where they're going right and where they're going wrong. Now I don't claim to be the best PvP player, however I have quite a lot of experience in it, it's all I really do in Sea of Thieves, so I do have quite a wealth of knowledge to sort of rely on, which is why I thought I was quite a good person to do this series. So, let's dive straight into this one. So today's video is by a channel called Shreeman Legend Live. Now, Shreeman doesn't speak English or much English in this video. I'm assuming that he speaks Hindi. He does seem to be from India. His nation seems to be in rupees, so I'm assuming that he's from India. But the video itself is actually quite good in terms of doing a breakdown for it, so I thought it'd be a good little example. Now, like I say, he doesn't speak English, so it's kind of hard for me to actually break down what he's saying in it. However, you can hear that they're communicating, and it does seem like they're talking about what's happening in game, so their communication is actually quite good. So I'll just say that straight off the bat. I'll probably mention it again later on, but yeah, they do seem to have communication. But anyway, let's see how it goes. Alright, so that's where this kind of video starts. This seems to be a cut up of some of your stream stuff, so you don't actually see where the boat first turns up. However, we go from that clip there straight into the actual fight. He's very excited about his sails. So this is where he seems to notice it, because you would have thought if he'd have seen it before this it would be edited into the video that way. He kind of stands and looks at it for a hot second. Okay, yeah, so he's shouting at his team to brace themselves. He's spotted the ship, he knows it's coming in, and he's already assuming that it's coming in for a fight. I don't know if they've maybe fought this crew before, but he already knows it's coming in for a fight, it's not coming in for a friendly interaction. So he grabs cannonballs out the cannon. So there's two of them on the cannons. Now, I've watched this video very through just to make sure it has what it has. So here we have, if you see here, I'll pause it real quick. So our friend Shreeman, he is loaded up blunderbombs into the cannon, which when I first watched this I was like, why are you doing that? That's kind of like a waste of time. I don't know if he meant to do it or if it's just because that's what he had in his hand when he got on the cannon, so that's what's been loaded up. However, it kind of paid off for him a little bit in this situation. So he's got his teammate firing regular cannonballs, which is putting some damage on the other ship. But then he's firing the blunderbombs onto them, which is keeping them off their cannons. So it's actually kind of worked out. I don't know if it was intentional or not. I get a funny feeling it wasn't. But it kind of worked in a kind of roundabout way. They've actually put a fair amount of damage on as well, and keeping the enemy off their cannons is kind of giving them a bit of breathing space. Okay, we get a cut here, so I don't really know what happened in between. I don't know if there was any more fighting. I'm assuming not, he would have had it in the video, but we get a couple of cuts. So they've taken damage, but we don't really see why they've taken damage. Obviously it's going to be from the other ship, but he's taken damage and a bit of bucketing. Is he going to go for the snipe shots on the cannons? You might as well fire at it, you're not doing anything else right now. So at that point there, that was kind of odd. So I know we'll get a jump cut there, but at this point here, the enemy ship are moving around to their right, and they're kind of slowly pulling around to the right. They're about to have cannon shots on them, like Shreeman's boat, they're about to have broadside on this thing. But none of them are standing by the cannons waiting for it. He's still standing on the nose, just, I don't know, being a observer. He's got a great front row seat, I guess, but he's not really doing anything. You're about to have shots on them. You could have fired over. Actually, you have a great arc of fire to fire yourself over there and get on their boat, but you or your crewmates. So yeah, I don't know why no one's going for that. So he's jumping out for cannonballs. They must be short on supplies. Okay, and now there's two of them off getting supplies. I don't know what this Devil Grace gaming guy's doing. He seems to be carrying a chest, so I don't actually know if they're trying to hide loot. It's kind of an odd thing. Now two of them are off the boat during a collision, so they're on a not a great situation now. I agree, I agree. Okay, so they're on fire. Now this bit's kind of weird, I don't know why he does this. He goes and buckets water and puts out fire, even though they've got, like, hold on. Alright. So the dude just bucketed for fire when his bottom deck's got holes, and the bottom deck, as you see, I can go back here. Does he look over? The bottom deck is nearly full, you can see that there. The bottom deck's, like, dude, deal with that first. Like, fuck the fire, who cares about fire? Fire's a minor inconvenience, deal with the holes, you're going to go down. Oh, he's dancing now. I do quite enjoy using the fucking jig bullet before, it's always a good meme. Alright, and there, right there, he stops to repair a mid-deck hole, which during a fight I wouldn't bother with. It's kind of a waste of time. Deal with the bottom deck. Bottom deck's like your priority. The mid-deck's not important. When you get a minute to breathe, sure, go for it, repair that mid-deck, but it's not really important right now. Especially since you seem to be quite low in supplies from having to grab cannonballs. Don't waste it on mid-deck. Got another jump cut there, so I don't really know what happened to that point. It does have an anchor ball on though, as you notice. It's got in his hand again, but it's got a rigging ball. They're turning away here, so this is the problem they're having here. Is so they're turning to their left, while the other ship is sort of going straight, which means the other ship's going to have shots on them while they are turning, and they don't have any shots on the other ship. I would have my guy turning my wheel right at this point and keeping shots on them. You've got the superior firepower, so whenever you get a broadside on with a galleon, use that opportunity to put holes in your opponent because you've got 4 cannons there to use. Again, he's wasting time with mid-deck holes, he should be repairing the bottom deck. Because you can hear the water coming in. Okay, the enemy are now directly behind you. You guys have been under a lot of pressure. I don't know did this guy try and board and miss? I don't know. But he's in a perfect spot right now to literally jump off and board that ship. Like even if you can't grab the anchor, just give your guys a little bit of relief. Like, he's wasting time snipe shots right now. You could have been boarding right now. At any time board. No. Okay, just let it go. Go. Now it looks like that brig might ram that rock. Nope, it's turned. It's just trying to snipe all the time, dude. You like, again, it's now the brig's swinging back round to be directly behind them. They got a kill as well. Right now's perfect time to board. You got a kill on them. Go and board them. Jump off, just go. Nope. Okay. They got a jig ball on. Right, broadside, you got perfect broadside. See, this is what I was talking about before. You're a galleon, although you don't seem to be taking advantage of it too well. You're a galleon with 4 cannons. Light that thing up. Not bad damage, but you could probably could have done a little bit better. I think there's only 2 of you on the cannons, or 3 of you in the cannons. Oh, someone's boarded. Yeah, this is where they're in trouble. He just stands around looking for. Okay, right there. This is why. Let me just fast forward that. Where is it? So, right here, he's just hit tab to grab the blunder bomb. I have a hotkey set for that. Holy shit! Like that would save all of this. Standing still and all. Like hotkey that. I'm pretty sure there's an automatic hotkey set for it. Just use that. So this gets this guy here who boarded just kind of stands there and lets him kill him. When I watched this earlier on, just to make sure again, like I was making sure it had all the sort of right features for the video. I watched this, I was like, why is this dude just standing there? He just boarded, got the anchor down and done a really good job, and now just standing there and let himself get killed. It's kind of odd. Or knocked off anyway. Alright, now you're side by side, you are in trouble. I would have boarded, right, so you had 2 options there. So we go back again. Is it here? Yeah, so we're here, right? I would have jumped on them right there and killed at least one of them and came back to my boat. Kill one and you've relieved the pressure. They're not going to be tempted to board you because they need to deal with their own boat. Yeah, I would have jumped over there. I know your boat's kind of in trouble, you need to repair it, but for the two, especially since the guy's right there, jump over, kill him real quick and come back. Okay, again, his priorities are just bizarre. He's putting that fire out with a bucket of water for some bizarre reason. Your bottom deck is nearly full. Like, deal with that first. Even scoop it out the bottom deck and throw it on. Like, you've just wasted a good, like, couple of seconds. You could be doing something else to fix the situation. Fire's like, opening it. He's just bucketed and thrown it back in. Well, that's you. It's too late now. I think I can hear his teammates repairing the mid deck actually as well. I would love to know what he's. I'd love to know what this conversation is. If anyone ever sees this who speaks Hindi, like please translate. Because he seems really frustrated at his team. I don't know what this is, but he doesn't seem happy about it. And he's black screened after this sunk. He's yeah. So at least he's enjoyed it. He's had a good time. That's kind of what it's all about. Oh, water spawn. Okay, you're about to get killed. Oh, yeah. Oh, shark chomp saving it. Oh, rip. Yeah, you got him. Alright, well that's the end of the fight anyway. Like, the boat's gone. So, yeah, it was a few things in that fight. His prioritization was just off when it came to repairs. When you're on a galleon, your priority is the bottom deck. Repair the bottom deck. Bucket the bottom deck. Other than that, mid deck's not important. Don't waste your time on it. Fire is a low priority. If you've got holes, that's your priority. Holes, bucket, and then fire after. In fact, not even after, but like 6 things after. Fire's not like a big deal in that situation. So deal with the water first and the holes first. But yeah, he does a couple of things. I say right at the start when he does his blunder cannon. I don't think he meant it, but it was actually kind of a good idea. It was not something I would do, and don't ever do it if you're on a sloop. Don't use this strategy because obviously in a sloop you've only got one cannon, so your priority is putting holes in. Like, don't waste your time with blunder bombs when you're on a one cannon ship. But right here, it kind of paid off for him at this situation. He kept them off their cannons. They got a couple of hits, but then as soon as they got side by side, he's knocking them off. You can see the guys rebounding off from the blunder bombs. Like they can't use the cannons. So yeah, that worked. That was a kind of a good little play, I guess. But other than that, it really for this guy, his problem was like prioritizing what he was doing. He was a bit off on that, especially toward like when it comes to repairs. It was really off. But yeah, I guess it's a learning experience. From what I've seen of his channel, he's not like he's not a massive Sea of Thieves player, so he's not. He's just a casual player having fun, which you can see by the end of it. Even though he sinks, he seemed to enjoy the experience. So that's kind of what it's all about at the end of the day. I know a lot of people want to be try hard, which I do as well, I guess. But it's like it's a game at the end of the day, have a bit of fun, which he seems to have, and he seems to have fun editing it as well, which is kind of cool. Always like to see that with YouTubers, like enjoy your edits. He has fun with it, so he's having a good time. Anyway, that's it for this breakdown. Like I say, a few things to learn from there if you're a new player, especially in terms of like what to do in repair situations, what you should look for first. And also kind of something for me to learn, something I wouldn't have thought of using was blunder bombs to keep people off cannons. I know it's kind of an obvious thing, but I always save my blunder bombs for boarding. I don't really waste them on any other situation. But yeah, in that scenario, when they were in a position where they weren't all on their ship and it kept them from getting damage, it kind of worked out for them. So yeah, it's something to think about for me. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown. I'm going to be doing more of these as I go on. If you have a video, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a Twitch streamer, even if you're not, even if you just had a play and you've recorded it, send it over to me and I'll have a look at it. I might try and do a breakdown on it. I would like to get different scenarios, different situations, and different sort of playing levels. So especially if you're a really experienced player and you've lost a fight and you're like, how the hell did this happen? Send that to me because I'd love to have a look and break that down. Like I said, I want to get more levels involved, not just newer players. So yeah, that's kind of my idea for the future. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, drop a subscription if you would like to see some more. And I do stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheRocketYoshi. Drop a follow. I do stream Sea of Thieves and other things. Been joining a lot of Hell Let Loose recently, so if you're into that, that's one for you as well. I always like to encourage my viewers to come and play with me as well. So if you want to do some arena, come chill out, kill some people, get some wins, drop me a follow. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. See ya.